Women in our lives and the life-saving impact service dogs have on our veterans. My name is Kirsten Q, and I have the pleasure to work here at K9s and work with all of the incredible people and companies that make nights like tonight a special celebration. This wouldn't have been possible without our incredible sponsors and vendors. So please join me in giving a huge thank you to our title sponsor, Ms. Quita Dragley, Southeast Toyota Distributors and JM Family Enterprises, TrueSense Marketing, Megacore Logistics, and RideTech Restoration. I would also like to just give a huge thank you to all of our vendors who really made tonight possible. Mugwump Productions, Kendra Scott, Unbridled Bars, Wick Candles, Love and Cake Bakery, Citrus Distillers, South Kitchen and Spirits, and Lori Parker Floral Studio. And as we show gratitude to all who made this possible, we want to remember why we are all here tonight, to support and celebrate our brave women warriors. So as we kick off tonight, let's begin with the courageous story of Marine veteran Carrie and her service dog Base.
So my name is Carrie Bering. I served in the Marine Corps, and this is the amazing Base. So I always wanted to be part of something bigger than myself. I had some friends in college that were part of the reserves. It sounded like a challenge. I always wanted to be part of public service. I left the Marine Corps and I became paramedic. I worked 911, worked critical care and some flight. That kind of compacted over the past 20 plus years. It was a lot. When I left all that, and even before I left all that, there was a lot of challenges. It was just like walking through life with a mask on. At the time in the Marine Corps, the time as first responder, unfortunately, I lost a lot of friends, colleagues, and peers to their own demons. I myself was somebody at that point that stopped at the last second. I didn't know where else to turn. And I found K9s online. I was just absolutely terrified that this wasn't gonna work for me. And then I met Base. And I have the video from when we met, and it's all the emotions. The house mom, she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine." Right?
Marine.
Yeah,
Right?
fine. Yeah. No, I wasn't okay. I was a mess. Base was amazing. He started licking my face. We were out there, and he took to me really quickly. That first night, he actually woke me up from a nightmare. Everything changed over that 3 weeks. My whole life's been different. I realized, how I just kind of been moving through life, thinking I was happy or having emotions, and I hadn't been. But now I wake up to Base laying on top of me and kisses, and he's forever taking care of me. He's my priority. My husband will tell you that, that's for sure. He's made life completely different. My oldest son is 24. He's also a Marine. And then my youngest is coming up on 22. They absolutely adore Base. I know you guys, say a new leash on life and that you're making changes in warriors' lives. Really, you're making changes in our families' lives. You're making changes in my grandchildren's lives that aren't even born yet. It's worth it. Just keep holding on day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. We used to say in the Marine Corps sometimes, just chow to chow, make it to the next chow. And so if that's what you have to do, just make it to the next chow.
Well, I can't think of a more amazing story to kick off this beautiful evening we have here tonight at K9s For Warriors. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Danny Bozini, and I have the honor and the privilege to be the Director of Marketing and Communications here at K9s For Warriors. And there's nothing more rewarding to me and to everyone here at K9s than to tell the powerful stories of our warriors. And so I would love to welcome to the stage retired U.S. Marine Corporal Carrie and her K9s For Warriors service dog Base. Deep breaths. First of all, thank you so much for being here with all of us tonight, for having the bravery to share your journey. It takes so much courage. There were a couple things in that video that I just wanted to dive a little deeper into. You shared how BASE hasn't just impacted your life, but your entire family's life. You said that your husband and your kids have seen and felt the change too. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I actually just spoke to my oldest son, Andrew, maybe half an hour ago. But he said, he's noticed a big change because he says the three of us, because we're like the three musketeers, me and my two boys. But he says now we can go out and like I can actually be, he's like, not to be a jerk, Mom. I'm like, but
Is it the 22-year-old or the 24-year-old?
he's a 24-year-old. 24-year-old Marine. And he's like, you can actually like be present. He's like, you focus on base is focused on you, but you're not so consumed as to everything that's going on around. So base has definitely made a huge change. One of the things after I left here, after the 3 weeks we spend on site here, I went back to work, and one of the girls I work with, we were pretty decent friends, and one of the first things she said to me is that I had a sparkle in my eye she had never seen before. So this guy has definitely made a big difference. I don't know. My husband probably has a little bit of jealousy for as much attention as base gets.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely made a difference. And like I said in my video, like that old depression commercial, wearing the mask, I didn't realize that that's how I was going through life. And yeah, it's not like that anymore. So
Now you got base by your side.
And so as a Marine veteran yourself, and you're now a mother to a son in the Marines,
yes.
what would your advice be to other mothers who have had daughters and sons who have served or who are currently serving?
Each time I've read that question, the first word that comes to my mind is support. Just be there. A lot of people, unfortunately, I always hear say with different professions, like, oh, you knew what you were getting into. You really don't. You think you know what you're getting into, but you really don't have any idea until you kind of get there and meet it face to face. But for my son, it's bittersweet. He's been in the Marine Corps, 5.5 years now. He's working his way. He's selected for MARSOC. He's got ITC coming up. So one of the things when he started the process, he was stationed in Okinawa, and we were text messaging back and forth, and I can't remember exactly what I said, but he said, Mom, I can do this, and I messaged him right back, and I said, I know that's the problem.
Yeah.
So it's bittersweet. I can't be more proud of him for his dedication. So if you have a son or daughter who's a veteran or active duty or thinking about serving, I know it's bittersweet, but it takes a special person, and I see that in my son, to kind of be part of this volunteer force and put themselves out there, especially these days. But yeah, I had stuff written down, but
You're doing amazing.
But yeah, support is the big thing, and just kind of being there and knowing when they try to put the tough face on or they disappear. It's not because they found other friends or another family.
Just check in.
Yeah.
Be there for them when they need you. Thank you so much. Everyone, let's give a huge round of applause for Kerry and Base. Thank you for sharing your story with us tonight. Now, please join me in welcoming to the stage retired Army Captain Jovauna and her 3 beautiful children, Tegan, Lakeland, and Kinsley. And of course, her ridiculously cute service dog, Danny, who I think obviously has the best name here tonight. We might have to move some of these pillows. We'll get there. Jovauna, thank you so much for being here with us. And of course, you three also. Tegan, Lakeland, Kinsley, could you introduce yourselves? Say who you are and how old you are, and maybe a fun fact. Tegan, take it away.
Okay. Hello, my name's Tegan. I'm 10 years old. I'm in 4th grade.
Hello, my name is Lakeland, and I'm 7 years old, and I'm in 2nd grade. Hello, my name is Kinsey. I am 4 years old, and I am in preschool.
Going on high school, though, I hear, right? Preschool going on high school?
Are you super smart?
Yeah. Well, thank you for introducing yourselves. Jovauna, it's hard to believe, but you were right where we're sitting tonight a little over 2 years ago. So bring us back to that moment when you first stepped onto this campus. What was going through your mind?
For me, I know I was pretty nervous. I didn't think it was for me sometimes. Like, I think I questioned whether having a service dog was appropriate, just because I have such a young family and we're super busy and everything like that. And so I was pretty nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. And then I had to wait extra long because of COVID. So I think a little bit of that kind of played into that anxiety of the waiting process.
And how does it feel being back here tonight?
It feels really good. I can tell Danny knows exactly where he is because he instantly wanted to just run around and meet people. It's just kind of it's an interesting experience because the kids have not seen where Danny came from, so they didn't quite understand. You know, they were like, wait, are these the people that gave us the dog and things like that? Because he's very special to them as well. So it's been good to bring him back here and kind of see everything and show them like where I was at and things like that.
Absolutely. And what many might not realize is just getting to the point of making it here on this campus is no easy feat. And so what was that deciding factor for you to actually show up at the front door?
I knew it was needed. I didn't like where I was. I didn't like how I was as a parent. You know, there are times when kids say stuff to you that hurt your feelings just a little bit. You know, like, oh, you're always yelling at me and you're always mad and things like that. And they're young. You know, I think Tegan at the time was only in like 2nd grade. And it's the little things that like hurt your feelings and realize like something isn't working in my life. So that's what drove me to finish and to show up and be here.
And you were a captain in the Army.
Oh.
You were taught to soldier on, to push those emotions down and to keep going because lives were on the line. So how hard was it to transition back into civilian life?
It was really hard. It was not my choice to get out of the military. I was medically retired. And I mean, the moment they like handed me my DD-214 and they hand you a flag as well, I was kind of like, now what? At the time, I only had Tegan. My husband was still active duty. And I kind of didn't have an identity anymore. I wasn't sure who I was or what I was going to do with my life. And so it was definitely a difficult transition. And I would say even, you know, I got out in 2016. I would say even now, there's just things about you when you're in the military that just stick with you. There are countless people that I meet all the time that were like, were you in the military? And so it's, you know, it's hard to transition back or figure out where you fit into the general population.
Well, it's a part of you. It doesn't leave you. And then, of course, Danny comes into your life, right at the yards beyond this building here. What did you think of him when you first laid eyes on him, what we call here as Dog Day, the infamous Dog Day?
So first of all, I have an obsession with Goldens, and I did not know I was going to get paired with Goldens. I had actually lost my 2 Goldens about 2 years prior, and that was about how old he was. And so I almost felt like my other dogs had been reincarnated into him. Because, you know, when I lost them, I was like, I'm never going to get a dog again. Sorry. It was very special to him, too. And so that was like the first thing that as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, my God, I'm getting paired with a Golden. And then Danny is very goofy. He's a traditional Golden. And so he requires a firm hand, is what they say. So the training with him was interesting, but he's fantastic, and we couldn't have asked for anything better.
All right, Tegan, Lakeland, it's your time to shine. What do you guys think of Danny? Tell us the real stuff.
Go ahead, Lakeland.
What do you think of Danny? Tell me about him.
He's happy, my buddy. He makes me feel good.
Before we came here, me and Danny, we had one more time before we came to play tug of war, his favorite game in the backyard. He won, of course.
You let him win, right?
No.
Oh, no.
We lasted like 10 minutes out there before he won.
That's pretty long. I'm impressed.
He bit my finger off.
Oh.
Literally bit it. It hurt. We played fetch. He's goofy. He runs around everywhere chasing the cat. He chases his tail.
He's very goofy. He's my buddy. He always likes to play tug of war with me, but sometimes I can't.
And so what adventures have you gone on with Danny and your mom? So many.
I went to Hawaii. Honolulu.
You're doing great.
Where else? Have we
Tegan,
gone?
where else have you guys gone?
I went to.
Let your brother have it.
We've been to Arizona, Florida, Texas. Where else?
What about my school in Tennessee?
Oh yeah, Tennessee. Atlanta,
Okay, you guys have been all over.
New Mexico.
What's your favorite adventure that you've gone on with Danny?
Oh,
I'm hearing 2 Hawaiis.
yeah. Mine was New Mexico and Hawaii.
Okay.
Those were some good ones. That's the island.
Do you want to share anything else? Well, Jovauna, tell me, how has Danny changed things for you?
So, I mean, he's changed things exponentially. I changed jobs. After I got out of the military, I jumped around jobs. I worked for the Red Cross. I was a teacher, and I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do. And so after I found out that I was going to get paired with him, I decided to kind of take a leap of things, and I got my doctorate degree in physical therapy. I actually just sat for the board last week and passed. So I am officially Dr. Coleman now. It wouldn't have been possible without him. He actually traveled back and forth to me with school and things like that. And just the immense stress that type of academic environment puts you in. There are times where, I would still have anxiety attacks and things like that. And he's actually really good. He always knows if you try to fake it, he won't do anything. But if you're actually truly feeling that way, he comes and lays on you and he really nudges you and things like that. So like I said, it wouldn't have been possible without him. And I enjoy having him with me in the clinic and everything like that as well. So
You have gotten your doctorate all with Danny by your side.
yes, and he's with me every day.
Amazing. And so how has he not just affected and impacted positively your life, but your husband, your kids, your entire family?
Danny definitely is very special to all of us. I think we all kind of enjoy him having his presence around us and everything like that. I know, for instance, we even got a king-size bed because he was taking up all the bed, and my husband was getting a little upset about it. So, and he was literally let's just get a bigger bed. Not like the dog can't sleep in the bed or anything like that. Let's get a bigger bed. And so it's been really good. And my husband is also military. And so I think it's, whether he says it or not, it's also impacted him because I'll see him laying on the couch and petting the dogs and things like that. So he's definitely been very special to all of us.
What does Danny mean to you?
I don't think I could put that into words, in all honesty. He continues to allow me to drive on and things like that. And for a long time, I'd be worried about what people would say for me having a service dog. But when he's next to me, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. People will see his patches or something like that and ask questions about it. And those are the things I would have avoided before and kind of push people away. But nowadays I spark conversations, and sometimes the things that people say back to me, I think he plays a role in other people's lives and wellness as well.
Yeah, it goes beyond you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have one last question for you. What do you hope everyone here in the room, this beautiful night, take away from your story?
It's difficult to understand when you need help, especially like if you hold yourself to a high level. I think most of us who try to be successful in life can understand that. We don't like to admit that we need something more than we can provide. We're like, no, I can do it myself. So having to actually like take a moment to admit that and then to seek assistance, it's just something that is very, I think, powerful. And if you can get to that place on your own, or have to listen to other people to help you get there, then it can change your life and allow me to sit here on the stage today with my kids.
Yeah. Thank you so much to all of you for being here with us tonight. A round of applause.
All done.
You guys crushed it. You did so good. Now let's be careful with those crutches.
You can adjust it up there.
I didn't get to fix it.
Careful. Well, Jovauna and Kerry are two of our incredible Warrior graduates who have received life-changing, as you guys all heard here tonight, service dogs. And I'd like to think that they also got a second family in all of us here at K9s too. They are two of more than 1,000 Warriors that we have paired with service dogs. In March, we hit our biggest milestone yet, pairing our 1,000th Warrior with a service dog here at K9s For Warriors, which we are very proud of. And while we are so incredibly proud of reaching that huge milestone, the harsh reality that many of you may know who have supported us over the years is that roughly 20 veterans take their own lives each day. And so while tonight is all about sharing and remembering and honoring and hearing from our wonderful Warriors and their service dogs and their kids, we are reminded that currently here just at K9s For Warriors, there are more than 350 Warriors, veterans, waiting to receive a service dog here at K9s. The demand for service dogs is unfortunately not going down. But because of each and every one of you here tonight, we are making a difference. We are saving lives at both ends of the leash. And so if you feel it in your heart to continue making a direct impact in the lives of veterans like Jovauna and Kerry, all you have to do is scan that QR code on your table or find one of our team members and we can help you.